Every single construction project is kind of like a high stakes puzzle. But what happens when the pieces just don't fit? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the massive hidden costs of getting coordination wrong. And trust me, it's a multi-billion-dollar problem.
So let me just start by asking you a question. Picture a giant skyscraper, or maybe even just a new house being built. You've got all the steel, the concrete, the glass, all these incredibly complex systems. What do you think is the single most expensive part of that entire project? It's this. Right here, the most expensive part is the one you have to tear down and build all over again. It's a concept called rework, and it's like a ghost that haunts construction sites. And it's almost always born from one simple thing, a total failure to coordinate.
Okay, so to really get why this happens, first, you got to appreciate just how insanely complex a modern job site is. It's really not like a factory assembly line. Oh no. It's more like a giant 3D puzzle where all the pieces are moving at the same time. The best way to think about it is like a complex ecosystem. You have dozens of specialized teams, right? Each one has their own skills, their own plans, and they all have to work in the exact same physical space, a lot of the time on the same day. And I mean, the list of players is just huge. You've got your plumbers running pipes, electricians pulling miles of wire, HVAC technicians trying to fit these massive ducts in. And that's before you even get to the structural teams, the drywallers, the painters. You get the idea. Each trade is a master of their own universe. But the real magic and the real challenge is making all those universes fit together. And what happens when they don't fit together? Well, that's when wires literally cross and you get what the industry calls a clash. Let's break down exactly what we're talking about here. A clash is brutally simple. It's when two things are planned to be in the exact same spot at the exact same time. So picture this. A plumber shows up, ready to install a big water pipe. But, oh no, the electrician has already run a thick electrical conduit right through that spot. And guess what? They did it precisely according to their plans. That, right there, is a clash. Now, these conflicts on site, they're not just random accidents. They are a direct result of a failure way back in the planning phase. Like one expert put it, the single biggest cause of rework is missing information. It's that simple. The electrician's plans didn't show the plumber's pipe, and the plumber's plans didn't show the electrical conduit. And that little information gap, it kicks off a super expensive chain reaction. It starts with bad plans, which leads to a clash on site. Then, boom, everything just grinds to a halt. Managers get pulled in, everyone's trying to solve the problem, and then comes the absolute worst part. You have to start tearing out work that's already finished just to fix that original mistake. Look, the cost of that one single clash is bad enough, but the real damage, it comes from the domino effect it creates. It sends these shockwaves through the entire project schedule and the entire budget. A project schedule is like this tightly choreographed dance, right? So when one crew has to stop and redo something, every single crew that was supposed to come in after them gets delayed. That ripple effect is how a one-day mistake can easily turn into a week of project-wide delays. I'm talking about pushing deadlines back by as much as 30%. It's crazy. And, follow schedule delays, right? The budget. It just goes right out the window. Every hour of delay is an hour you're paying people to just stand around. It's paying for new materials to replace what you just tore out. It can even mean paying huge financial penalties for missing deadlines. It's really no surprise that projects with bad coordination can see their budgets swell by 15% or even more. Let's just lay it out plain and simple. Planned work is efficient. It's productive. It adds value. Rework, on the other hand, is just pure value destruction. You're literally spending today's money and today's time to fix yesterday's mistakes. So, how do we break this awful cycle? The answer isn't working harder or faster on the job site. No, the answer is to work smarter, long before anyone even picks up a hammer. The answer is proactive, intensive coordination. See, effective coordination is an active thing. It means using these 3D digital models, you might hear them called BIM, to find clashes on a computer screen before they can ever happen in the real world. It means holding regular meetings where every single trade leader is in the same room looking at the same set of plans. It's about creating one single source of truth, so everybody is literally on the same page. And the results? They really do speak for themselves.
This chart shows what happens when you actually prioritize coordination. It's not just that efficiency skyrockets because you're getting rid of all that rework and delay. The quality of the final building improves dramatically because every single piece is put in right the very first time.
And this right here is the key takeaway. It's really easy to look at the time and money you spend on coordination meetings and digital models and think of it as just another project cost. But that is absolutely the wrong way to look at it. It's an investment that pays for itself 10 times over by preventing the catastrophic expense of rework down the line. So I'm going to end with this question for you to think about. For way too long, the industry has kind of treated rework as just the cost of doing business. But when you look at the tools and the processes we have today, is it really inevitable? Or is it an unacceptable failure of planning that we just shouldn't tolerate anymore? Thanks for listening.